Hi, this is Ambi from Board Game Blitz, and today I'm going to talk about all the games I played in December. I'm actually recording this a couple days early, so I'm anticipating these to be the games I played. I'm playing Mahjong tomorrow for Tabletop Live Network, so I'm assuming that's going to be in my gameplays, but I don't think I'm going to play anything else for New Year's. Maybe some kids' games, but I logged my plays through BoardGameGeek.com using the BG Stats app, Board Game Stats app. But without the extra games played that I may or may not play on New Year's Eve, I have 50 logged plays of 16 different games. So that's a big disparity because I played the Exit Advent Calendar, the Silent Storm, which is an escape room. Exit is an escape room game series, and then it's an advent calendar, so one per day, 24 days of like little mini bite-sized 3-minute little puzzles. So I logged each of those as a play because it was separate days, separate like chapters of it. So that's like 24 plays. But yeah, that's kind of abnormal. I also haven't played this yet at the time of recording, but I'm playing Mahjong for part of Tabletop Live Network. I've talked about Mahjong a lot before, but when you see this video, we will have played live as part of Tabletop Live Network, so you can watch the VOD and see us playing Mahjong. Hopefully we didn't cheat. A lot of the games I played were new to me, so the only games that weren't new to me were Cross Clues, The Mind, and Pocketbook Adventures. I went on vacation, visited family, so I played The Mind with them, and Pocketbook Adventures was just like playing in the car, which is hard in the car. You're aiming with a pencil, so that's kind of hard. But for new to me games, I played Sky Team, which is a 2-player cooperative game where you're piloting and co-piloting an airplane and you're trying to land it safely. So in the game, there's different rounds where you can't communicate with each other. You're rolling dice behind a screen and then placing those dice on sections of the board that you can place, and the pilot can place in certain sections and the co-pilot can place in certain sections, and you have to get like the sum of both of your dice have to be a certain amount, or the difference of the dice have to be a certain amount. You're trying to get certain values with the dice in order to do certain things to land your plane safely, and you have to go through multiple turns or rounds. So you can talk between those turns to strategize, and then you're trying to like get everything done by the end. So that was pretty fun. I like cooperative games, 2-player games. I played with my friend and not Toby. This is a game that I think I would have played with Toby a lot when we didn't have kids, but we haven't played many 2-player games, just us, since having kids, so probably not one that we're gonna get anytime soon, but I really liked it. I also had one play of Ark Nova. Well, it was a partial play. We learned and then like played part of a game because it was taking too long for our game night, so we just stopped partway through, but we got the gist of how to play. So Ark Nova is a heavier game where you are building up a zoo. So there's a lot of steps to it. It's basically a card tableau builder. You're getting cards and like playing them to your area. The cards are different animals or different things that you can have in your zoo. And you also have a little board that you have to build spaces for the animals in order to play your animal cards. So there's a lot of like steps you have to do in order to get your animals and get points. And there's 2 different scoring tracks and stuff. Lots of build up, but it's based on like the cards you have in your hand because you want to play like those certain animals. So it's lots of planning ahead, but also based on what cards you have in hand. It felt kind of like a Vital Lacerda game. He makes heavy thematic Euro games, but it didn't feel super thematic. But like lots of planning step by step, which I like. And the way the basic turn is you pick actions. You have 5 action cards that you can do, and they're in order like 1 through 5, and the 5 is the one that does the most. So like whatever strength it's at, you can pick whichever one to do, but the one that it's at strength 1 is only going to do like a low level strength 1 ability, whereas the one at strength 5 is going to do a high level ability. And once you pick it, it goes down to the 1 and shifts everything over. So you kind of want to like rotate which actions you're doing. You can't just always be buying animals or building things in your park. You have to be rotating the different actions you're doing. So that's kind of neat, just planning ahead. A lot of people like this game, and I see why people like them, but for me, I think it's not like wow enough for me to like want to play it over other games that I already know how to play. Like it was nice playing it, but I don't think I would want. I have all these other games that I like and haven't been able to play that are also that length and weight range and stuff. So yeah, it's something that another game that I would have liked more before having kids. I also had one play of That's Not a Hat, which I got gifted from Ravensburger. That's Not a Hat is a party game. It's a memory bluffing game. So in the game, everyone has a gift card face up, and then they're passing these gifts to another person. So you get one gift, and then you end up turning it face down. So you kind of have to remember what you have and then passing it to the next person and saying what it is. And you keep swapping which one you're passing. They pass theirs to the next person and say what it is. And you kind of like, everyone forgets or at least I forgot everything because I had a bad memory, I guess. And then you're kind of like just waiting until someone says, oh, wait, that's not what you said it was. And then they lose a point. But I was not very good at this. I don't really like bluffing games usually. And I guess I was thinking maybe the memory would help me like it better, but it did not for me. So this wasn't my type of game. But it was very amusing playing it because people would say a card was something that was already flipped up on the table, that it's obviously not that. And we just completely forgot. And then on vacation, I played 3 new Button Shy games, new to me Button Shy games, because I had bought a lot of them for print and play on sale during the Black Friday sale. So I printed out 5 different games. I played 3 of them. I played Food Chain Island twice. I played ROVE, Results Oriented Versatile Explorer. I guess that's the full name. And I played Skulls of Sedlec. So Food Chain Island and ROVE are both solo games. I played those solo. They're solo puzzle games. So in Food Chain Island, you have this grid of animals that are eating each other. So they're numbered. So the higher numbers eat the lower numbers, but they can only eat like up to 3 numbers below them. Like the big lion isn't going to eat the little worm. I don't know what the animals are, but it's not going to eat something like super small. So when a card eats another card, it goes on top of it. And then also each card has a different power that triggers when they eat it. So some powers are good, like you can move animals in the grid, but other powers are bad and like give constraints. Like the bigger animals' powers give you constraints that you have to follow for the next turn. So you're trying to basically eat up all the animals and have it so there's only so many animals left in the grid. So that's a very quick solo game, and it was kind of puzzly. I liked trying to figure out the best ordering to eat the animals to try to get all of them eaten. And ROVE was a longer solo puzzly game. In that one you have a grid of cards and then a hand of cards and also a card that is a mission that you're doing, and you're trying to complete, I think, 7 missions in the game. The missions and the hands of cards that you have all have different grid goals or something where it says like, okay, you need to have this pink card with a card above it and below it and like in this orientation. The hand of cards you have, you play for movement points to be able to move cards in the grid. But if you have like the certain orientation that's on your card, then you can play it for more movement points. So you're trying to move things around to get those orientations, and then the mission is a certain orientation of all the cards, and you're trying to get to those, and then you get another mission, and you keep doing that. It was pretty hard. I did not win. I think I was close. At first I was doing really badly because each card in the grid also has special powers, and I wasn't really using those, and I wasn't being super effective. But I think next time I might do better because I'll need to like look ahead more and try to move things around so that they're succeeding the mission, but also planning ahead for the next mission. But that was more very spatial puzzly and trying to like move things around in a grid. So I liked both of those. I like the solo puzzly games, and they're pretty easy to set up, quick to play. Well, ROVE was a longer game, but that might have been because it was harder for me. And then Skulls of Sedlec is a 2 to 3 player game. I actually played it 2 player with my kid. I did get the gist of like how to play, but I had a very easy opponent. In the game, you're taking turns like to taking the cards, so you're kind of fighting over the cards between your opponent, and you're building up a pyramid of the cards. And each card has 2 skulls on it, top and bottom, and there's different types of skulls. Each of them has a different scoring condition. Like some of them give you points if it's next to another one of the same type, or some of them give you points if they're above other ones or something. So you're trying to basically build up your pyramid to get the most points. And I like that type of spatial puzzle. It was a quick game. Like my kid was able to play by the rules, and like I helped him like, okay, you have to place the cards down now and like make it into this shape. But he had no idea what the scoring was, and so I won. But I can see it being fun against someone who knows what the scoring is and is actually like trying to fight over the cards instead of just, letting me have all of the cards that I want. And speaking of games with my kids, I also played a lot of games with my kids. Most of those were not new. Actually, I think all of those were not new to me, although one was new to my kids. So the non-new ones, lots of plays of Candyland. My kids like that game. We play now where we draw 2 cards on their turn and they pick one. One of my kids just like is consistently picking the worst card of the 2. Like, oh, you can either move 2 purple or 1 orange. Like, I'll pick 1 orange. But he likes it. Lots of reading My First Adventure, Finding the Dragon, the Choose Your Own Adventure RPG storybook. Played a couple plays of Go Away Monster, which is a feeling in a bag for certain shapes. And I think my kid's starting to like actually feel for the shapes that he needs, which is nice. One play of The Color Monster, which is a game where you're talking about your feelings, and my kids have gotten a lot better at talking about their feelings. And then 2 plays of Teeter Tower, which is a cooperative dexterity game that I had played before with adults, but we were putting it in our coal pile and my kid wanted to play it he's like, oh, I've never played this before. Why are we getting rid of it? And so I played it with him twice. It's a dexterity stacking dice game. You're putting these little square boards on top of dice and then putting dice on top of those based on certain placement rules, like color or number have to match the spaces on there. And then you're like trying to stack up all the boards to make a tower. But the base is like a big die. So it's not a very sturdy base because it does that and then the cardboard on top, and so it's already teetering. And so we made it like 5 levels or something. They're supposed to have 12 or 14, I'm not sure, to win. My 4-year-old isn't going to be great at dexterity or planning to build the base of the tower well, so we didn't make it very far. But he liked the colorful dice and he had fun. We actually haven't completely culled it yet, so I don't know if I'm going to keep that, maybe play it with him more or give it away to someone. I'm not sure. But that was all the games I played in December. My favorite new to me game was Sky Team. I was really looking forward to playing that and it did not disappoint, so that was a lot of fun. The game, the advent calendar was also good. That doesn't really feel new to me because I've done 2 other exit advent calendars and so it was kind of similar, but I liked most of the puzzles in this one, so it was a good time. Although I played it mostly solo because Toby doesn't like having to do the advent calendar every day. So I was just doing it by myself, or actually my kids joined me for some of them. So that was pretty fun too, because they like opened some of the doors and then they didn't know what was going on, but I had them help when I got the code. The way you're supposed to do it is you get the code on this little decoder thing and then it shows you arrows to point to which door to go next. And so I had them help me figure out which way to go for the doors and then like match up the symbols to double check that it was right. So that was fun doing it with them. Let me know in the comments what games you played in December and what your favorite new games were, or favorite old games too. And as a reminder, this is going to be the last monthly video exactly like this. I think I'm going to continue doing recaps of games played, but it might be quarterly or bi-monthly or something, or I might keep doing it monthly, but just only the new games or something. I'm not sure yet, but it'll change in 2024. But yeah, hope you had a happy new year and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, or like the future videos that are something like this, because I'm not sure when they will be coming out. And if you subscribe and have the notifications, then you'll know. So thanks for watching Board Game Blitz. Bye!